Dr. Ruth Anderson here for a meditation a day. Today we have a very special guest, Holly Erin Copeland. She is coming and doing a very special meditation called Quantum Coherence Meditation. Holly, welcome, and I'm so glad you're here. Thank you.
Thank you, Ruth. I'm really delighted to be here as always. I love coming to Enlightened World Network.
Thank you. So tell us about the Healy,
Uh,
the equipment and what all you're going to be doing today.
yeah, I would love to. So I am bringing in a technology tool. I love to blend ancient wisdom, old tools and new tools. So as people know me, I work with tuning forks and I work with bowls, but I also love working with cutting edge technology. And so today I'm bringing in this device that I've got that I'm wearing on my shirt called the Healy. It was developed by a man named Marcus Schmieke in Germany, and it's based off of quantum healing, microcurrent frequency, and magnetic resonance frequency healing technology that has been around in a really like where you go into a clinic and you can sit down and get frequency treatments, but he actually developed a portable one that is meant for individual homes. And so it's incredible because what this device does is it actually reads the quantum field of anything that you input into it. So you can put in a client, a person, a group, a project, a car, a pet, and it will scan the quantum field and you can test a statement, and then it will look at that group or person and see where is the imbalance in the field, and then it will bring the frequencies in that will correct the imbalance. So what I did before we got on today was I put in this group and anybody who's here, who's listening now or will ever listen, is included in this group. I put in the focus of personal and planetary coherence and well-being, and then I ran that statement. And so I'm just going to read a little bit because I think it's really enlightening to share, what came up in this. And so the first one that came up is is in the theme of energy and power. I recognize the unconscious causes of lowering my energy level, fearing that my happiness and well-being cannot be in a permanent state. So that's the first one. The next one, also in energy and power, is I recognize the unconscious reasons why I disregard agreements, and thus my energy in relationships is fundamentally blocked. And if at any point, Ruth, you want to comment or, see what comes up for you, please comment in. The next one's around living consciously. I am living consciously, standing by myself, my values, my intentions and goals, and pursue them with heart and mind. I am living consciously in all areas of my life. I practice the best possible awareness. All my aspects of life are in optimal flow with my awareness. And then there's two more. So these two are around emotional harmony. Subtle or energetic aggressions that exist in my energy bodies due to feelings that are unconsciously or consciously held or suppressed are being transformed and harmonized. So something around energetic aggressions. I found that really interesting, especially since we included planetary coherence. And I recognize the unconscious causes that lead me to inadequately live out my feelings. So, the opposite being like energy flows optimally, free and unhindered, but sort of this feeling of I take that as a feeling of being stuffed and not able to show feelings. So that's what came up. And anything that stands out to you? Curiosity.
It's really interesting. Thinking about the first one, sort of the theme of power, I can't always be happy. So
Mm-hmm.
that was interesting.
Yeah.
And then the last one, inadequately living out my feelings. And I was thinking, if this is on a planetary level, there's a lot of folks that are not expressing their feelings. Partly, it might be illegal to do so.
Yeah.
Secondly, it's
Yeah.
socially inappropriate to do so. But it was just fascinating to think about it from a personal standpoint versus a planetary standpoint.
Yeah, I agree. And I haven't done this particular analysis before and combined the personal and planetary. So it was really interesting to me to do that in this case and see, see the both, because I think they tell different stories. Like they tell different stories, or it gives a different perspective than often when we just focus on kind of the personal, right?
Right. The
Yeah.
micro and the macro.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So, it's really interesting. I mean, I already have it's got me thinking about next month's and, like doing something on, I don't know, planetary well-being, like health and well-being at a maybe an environmental level, um, like at our body, mind, health and well-being. I'm so curious. So anyway, but today we're just talking about this coherence and yeah, I think yeah, I think it's really interesting. So, like I said, I will be uh, running. Healy will be running the clearing frequencies for this as I begin the meditation. And in fact, I'm going to start that right now. Okay. Okay. So, and not just to show everybody. So this is what it looks like. It's got this little thing, and it's running. And so each of these places in the field are being cleared. It's a uh, I find this technology, the more I explore it, um, and if anybody's listening and wants to know more about it, feel free to reach out to me. But I just find this like really mind blowing technology that we can scan the quantum field, yeah, and
It,
get this
it is
kind.
fascinating. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
okay, so while we've got the modern running in the background, we're going to bring in the ancient wisdom and some of the old tools and also just the biggest tool of all, which is each of us, right? Our awareness and our intention and focus. And we are the medicine, as a lot of my teachers want to say, which I think is really true. Like we're the most powerful beings that are here of all this technology. The onboard technology that each of us has is the supreme technology. So never losing sight of that as well. So yeah, would you like me to begin? Are you ready for me to begin? Okay, perfect. All right, so I'll invite you all to just begin by closing your eyes with me and starting by taking some nice, long, slow breaths into the belly. Just beginning to anchor into the body. Feeling the weight of your feet on the floor. Feeling the weight of your bottom in the chair or wherever you're laying or resting. Just simply feel the weight of gravity pulling you down, anchoring you to the earth, calling you home to your beautiful being, your beautiful body. Gently relaxing your eyes, your cheeks, your jaw. Relax your tongue, gently resting on the roof of the mouth. Relax the shoulders. chest and belly, hips, legs, and feet. And if in any way you could make yourself just 5% more comfortable by adjusting, twisting, do that. Make that adjustment. Rolling your neck maybe. Give your body permission to move however would feel comfortable to it. And then let's ground down into this beautiful Pachamama, Gaia, earth, sending those tree roots down through your feet, deep down into the earth. Notice what they look like. Maybe they're vines, maybe it's one deep taproot, maybe it's very branching. Notice what feels authentic to you of how your being, your tree is connecting into earth. Wrapping around the crystalline core, anchoring in. Like if your feet were in sand and you wiggled them down and anchored in just a little bit deeper. Feel it like that, wiggling down into the earth. Feel her soft embrace. Feel her receiving you, loving you, welcoming you. And then just like a tree, imagine you have branches coming up from your head, reaching up into the sky and the heavens. It's going to connect with your stargate above you, reaching through the weather of the mind to the clarity of the starlight above. So you have 2 feet in the earth and you have your branches connected to the clarity of starlight. And then notice your heart, the center, the space connecting heaven and earth. You at the center in this heart, and feel it glowing. A warm glow of love. Of what it is to have the gift of a human body in this incarnation at this time. Feel how you are very uniquely straddling both worlds from below and above. The microcosm and the macrocosm. And let yourself just rest for a few moments. just resting in gratitude. Resting in the peace of pure being. And then imagine all of us in a circle surrounding the earth, with the earth at the center. And you can see her pulsating and glowing. And you can feel this web, this net that interconnects all of us to her, to each other. And your body, our bodies are vibrating perfectly in perfect coherence. The vibration, the frequency of love, of truth, of beauty. Notice what color the planet is. Notice what color you are. And you feel yourself start to hum. Humming your soul song. And you look around to your brothers and sisters surrounding the earth, and each of us is singing our soul song. In a perfect, beautiful symphony of song, each distinct and each beautifully coherent at the same time. And you think to yourself, this might be the most beautiful symphony you have ever heard. And you start to focus in now on your soul song, the song that you are uniquely broadcasting into space. And just be beautifully curious about it. What does it sound like? If there were words to it, what would the words say? What's the feeling you get when you listen to your soul song? Maybe yours is a song of deep compassion or appreciation for beauty or standing for truth. Just give yourself the gift of really listening to your song as if it were the most important song you'd ever heard. And the group turns to you and everyone receives your song. You can feel them taking it in and absorbing it, nodding and smiling. As we receive your song really, really deeply. And you feel to yourself, perhaps I've never felt more heard than I do right now. And you feel the earth absorbing your song, drinking it in, feeling nourished. And glowing at the beauty of hearing your song. Every animal and every plant, from the smallest being an ant, insect, to the largest tree, from the smallest tiny mycorrhizal fungi to the whales, all taking in your song. Smiling, nodding, appreciative. And through this beautiful symphony of each of our song playing, you finally understand what coherence really is. Not as a concept, but as a deeply felt experience. Attention now to your body. You feel how every cell, every tissue and organ, the blood, every hair and nail, all vibrates, resonates with the coherence of this song and each of our songs. Body feels deeply, deeply nourished. Maybe more nourished than you've ever felt before. And for these last few minutes, just let yourself bathe in this nourishment. Very slowly and gently now. Maybe wiggling your fingers and toes. Coming back into the physical body. When you're ready, very slowly and gently opening your eyes. Coming back into the space. Keeping this sort of one eye on the inside, feeling this coherence, this resonance. And my invitation for you is to carry your soul song with you wherever you go today. And I would invite you to journal about what came up for you so that you have that to return to. Each of us truly does have a unique soul song. We are here to sing, and when we connect with that song deeply, then it's like a returning home to who we are. To me, I feel like that is just one of the essential pieces of what we're here to work out, how we're here to evolve and share as beings going forward. So thank you. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you, everybody, for having me on today.
Thank you, Holly. Holly, I've got a quick question. Do you think if you did this meditation in a month, that you would be experiencing the same soul song, or do you think that that shifts over time?
Ooh, that's such a beautiful question. Um, I let me search. Hold on just a minute. I do feel that we're born with a kind of blueprint that is our soul song, like, as some have said, contracts or agreements that we come in with. And, also having studied astrology and the planets that line up, I believe the way I see astrology is the frequency of when you were born that is like the blueprint, the imprint. And I do feel like our soul song is strongly influenced by that blueprint. Um, and I think we are also always like taking it to deeper and deeper complexities and levels. So it almost feels like a both and answer to me. How about you? I would love to hear what it feels like to you.
I was fully expecting something somber and reverent, and I was just expecting that. And that's not at all what I got. What I actually heard was the beginning notes to the Temptations singing My Girl. And
Love it.
song just played out. And it was so fun because I really felt my mom and my dad there who had passed, and they were singing along. And then about three-quarters of the way through, I stopped and I realized that was background music for what I was singing. What I was singing was not My Girl,
Mhm.
but they were the backup, if that makes any sense at all. So I
Yeah.
would be curious to do this in a month and see how it how it differs.
Yeah. Yeah. I would be curious too. Oh. And I don't know that I could ever repeat that. I don't know where that came from. I mean, all my meditations, like I know your work, they're all channeled. Like I don't plan, I make the big structure and then like I don't know where that came from. So I don't think I could repeat it.
Well, it just ended up being just a big celebration and lighthearted and fun and loving. And how interesting that, at least for me, I got this, oh, it's got to be somber. Oh, it's got to be reverent. And it's like, nope, it's not. Look at that.
Look at that. I love my girl. That's fantastic. Yeah. And the deeper part that came through afterwards. Yeah.
Right.
I was
Right.
really moved. I mean, I don't know if you saw, I had tears. I don't usually make myself tear up when I'm, guiding, but this one did. There was something that when that instruction to sing our soul song came, when that part came through, I just was like, oh, oh, yeah, it hit me really deeply.
Yes. And I don't know that you were planning on going there. Were
No,
you? Yeah.
no, I wasn't at all. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Were
I
you
mean,
able to hear your soul song?
no, I was more listening, guiding for the next element. So, um, but maybe the reaction with the tears that I had was a kind of a soul song. Like in a way, what I was receiving was the beauty of like my work is actually to help people find their soul song and use frequency to bring through people's soul songs. So it's like I was experiencing how profound that feels to do that work. So that is kind of a song, right? In a way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just didn't see it in the way that I was guiding it, like with a color, for example, I didn't see that, but I felt deeply. Um, yeah. So.
Yeah, it's your soul doing your soul's work. I mean, it can't get much more profound than that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So, um,
Beautiful. So, Holly, anything else on the Healy after this or
yeah.
during? this?
In terms of, I mean, we've completed the vibration. Are you just asking if people are interested in it, or what are you,
Was there another piece that
oh,
kind of guided
yeah.
some where the intention was going? But is there anything after that to pay attention to, or?
I mean, not specifically. I would say just to be aware of, wherever, with those pieces that I read at the beginning, for people to be aware of how that comes up for them and shows up for them. Yeah. And yeah. Mm, I'll be real curious. And, please, if for anybody listening, I'd love to hear feedback. So, if you want to share, either reaching out to me personally or in the, chats on the various comments in this, where it's shared, I'd love to hear.
Okay, thank you. And Holly, I know that you are constantly teaching courses and working with folks one-on-one. If folks want to find you, how do they connect with you?
Yeah, thank you. So the best place to connect with me is heartmindalchemy.com. It's my website, and there's a number of ways if you go to the website where you can find out how to connect with me. So I'm also on Instagram for those Instagrammers out there, Holly Erin Copeland. So so now it's rewilding.hollyerin.copeland. Holly Copeland. I switched it up. Yes. Rewilding.hollycopeland.
Nice, nice. Okay. All
All right.
right. Thank you, Holly, so very much. And friends here at Enlightened World Network, be listening for your soul song. And, this is one of those meditations to share to yourself in Messenger and come back and do it again and again. So thank you for being here. Take good care. God bless. And we'll see you all soon. Thank you, Holly.